Carlos Diaz joins us now. In addition to his involvement with Legatus, he also brings experience from the world of athletics, offering a unique perspective on faith leadership and sports. Carlos, how are you doing today?
Good morning. Great to be with you.
It's great to have you here. What led you to get involved with Legatus, and how has that experience shaped your faith and personal life?
Sure. I joined Legatus. I was invited by my local parish, St. Francis of Assisi, here in Frisco, Texas. And, what interested me was the ability to connect with business professionals who share the same values and beliefs that I do as a Catholic. And I will say today in corporate America, it's becoming more and more challenging to openly express your faith. So for me, it was really great to be able to connect with like-minded people. It was refreshing, right? And it just reminds me of the priority of bringing Christ into everything I do professionally throughout the day. The other thing I would say about Legatus that's super interesting is they have a lot of amazing speakers that really have been able to put Christ first, but also accomplish remarkable things in this world. There's one gentleman I remember, Jim Olson, who was a Catholic CIA agent in Russia during the Cold War. And I got to tell you, I mean, listening to that story, absolutely fascinating. So it's a great group.
Yeah, I understand coming up June 29th is the Feast of St. Peter, and I understand you were inspired by him as a Catholic professional. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So interestingly enough, St. Peter was the saint I chose for my confirmation. And I really appreciate the question because I think it's super thought provoking. So, I mean, there were kind of two areas I looked at, business and home, right? And then from a business standpoint, in Luke 5 and in John 21, Peter is out all night fishing and he catches nothing, right? And I thought about that from a professional standpoint, how oftentimes we're trying to build something, grow something, and there's frustration, there's disappointment, right? There's failure. And in those moments, I just think it's so important to remember that our attitude cannot be dictated by our circumstances. It really has to be dictated by knowing thy will be done and that Christ is still on the throne. I mean, easier said than done, right? But, we have to remember that thing, remember that. And, what's interesting is in both cases, Christ showed up and he said, I got you, right? And he provided in abundance. So today, I think he still does. It's not always how we expect. It's not always how we want, right? But at the end of the day, right, we have to believe that he knows what's best. So that would be the business. From the home, in Matthew 8:14, Peter's mother-in-law is ill. And, I've thought about him often in the context of imagine him running a business, running a household. He's the only saint that we know of that was married, right? So he's got all of these things while he's out on the road all the time, right? And that's similar to business professionals today, right? That are traveling a lot and they're missing their families. And so I'm sure that Peter struggled with the balances of and pressures of home and work, being a fisher of men, and trying to kind of be a great dad, be a great husband, and a great apostle. So, I mean, I think those are maybe hopefully two examples of how St. Peter and, are similar to what we deal with in the professional world.
I'll be interested in your answer to this question because here in Boston, we're going through World Cup fever because Gillette
Yes.
Stadium is very close
You
to
mean
here.
Boston Stadium?
Boston, well, we say
Yeah,
Gillette,
yeah.
but that's well, the world now knows it as Boston. Through your involvement with the Mexican national soccer team, Carlos, and the world of sports, how have you seen sports strengthen an athlete's faith?
Sure. So, 2 seconds on my background, right? Is I oversee revenue for a company called Interticket, which is a sports marketing company. So, from a talent standpoint, we represent the Mexican national team players, as you stated, for their commercial deals. So, like McDonald's wants to put a player in their TV ad, right? We also have a media component where we integrate ads into live soccer matches that are seen on TV, right? So with that said, right, where I have seen sports really play a pivotal role is, excuse me, so in the Hispanic world and really around the world, um, soccer is, there's God, there's family, and there's soccer, right? I mean, those are the top passion points. And often soccer has been described as a secular religion. right? Because of its ability to unite across culture, across boundary, and across language. So I think it's very powerful in that context. What I would say today that I think is particularly interesting to me is the fact that we're seeing this resurgence of Gen Z going back to church and integrating into their religion. And I'm seeing that more. It's always been prevalent in soccer, but you're seeing it more across sports where athletes are saying that, like, sports is a platform for me, but it's not my purpose, right? My purpose is to be a follower of Christ. And so we're seeing that more and more, which is super encouraging.
Yeah, and expanding on that a little bit too, the Pope's talked about it a little. He's a big tennis player, but his prayer intention for June focused on sports as a way to promote peace and community. How can events like the World Cup bring people together in faith?
Sure. So, I think the Pope did a really nice job of expressing that. And, there is a level of sportsmanship and cordiality. And the Pope talked about this, right? Is to be able to win graciously and lose graciously, right? And to be an example of Christ on and off the field, right? And I think that's both for the players as well as for the fans, right? So these types of moments can be a unifying experience for the world, and I hope that continues to be the case.
Mm. And with the World Cup, so I had a friend who played professional baseball for not the Red Sox, who were my favorite team. And so what I had to do is when he would pitch against the Red Sox, it was a really difficult time. Is it a difficult time for you right now as you work with the Mexican team and yet we have the World Cup with the USA? Are you rooting for anyone in particular?
Yeah, so great question. So, I Hispanics are not monolithic. We're a complicated group, right? So for me, I'm rooting for several teams. So first, I'm an American citizen, so I'm rooting for the United States, right? Second, my parents are from Spain. I'm also a Spanish citizen, so I'm rooting for Spain. And then third, professionally, right? I work with the Mexican national team, so I've thought often that I probably should have created a jersey that was like divided in three, that are all three different ones. And so I'm rooting for all three, and I'm just hoping for a really successful tournament.
You can't lose.
Yeah, unless they happen to play each other, right? In
Yes,
like the
yes.
No,
quarters or something like that.
Spain had a
Yeah,
difficult
they
day
are,
the other day.
Yeah, they're always a slow starter. So let's see what happens. But we have our fingers crossed. You're correct.
Well, thank you so much, Carlos, for being with us. We really enjoyed talking with you. And if people want to find out more about Legatus, where would they go to check it out?
Sure. So, I would encourage them to go to the website, right, Legatus, and find their local chapter. They're all over the country, and it's a great organization to meet with like-minded business professionals. So, I would seriously encourage them.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Today, go USA, Spain, Mexico.
Go and bless you. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, it's great
Thank
talking
you
with
so
you.
much.
Yeah.
It was great.